Welcome to today's broadcast, everyone, where today we have an interesting video for you. In honor of the 5-year anniversary of Hazbin Hotel's pilot, I thought it would be interesting to go back and rank all the episodes from season 1, just for fun, just for the crazy bit. However, there's a problem with this that I realized in the middle of wanting to do this. Everything I was gonna say about the series, for the most part, has already been said in other people's videos. And left me with a bit of a conundrum because I'm like, I want to talk about the series, except everything I would have criticized or praised it for has already been said. So how do I do it in a unique way? And then I got my brain thinking. Then I came up with something. Do you guys know how some people will go like ravenous over the Rotten Tomato scores? Where if it's like perfectly balanced and everyone loves it, it's heaven. Everyone's agreeing with each other and it's a great time. But as soon as one leverages one over, like the critics like love it, but the fans or like the general audience hates it, there's a war that goes on social media saying like, the critics are wrong, the fans are wrong, blah, 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 blah. you know that whole thing? Especially with like the FNAF movie or the Mario movie, for example. When that whole stuff happened, oh man, it was a show, okay? It was an absolute show when it all happened. But it got me thinking, what if I kind of did the exact same thing? Where, since I'm like more of the critic guy than most of my friends, and then let's say like one of my friends who is like a super fan of Hazbin Hotel, what if we did our ranking together and shared our different perspectives? I feel like that would be interesting. That would spice things up a bit. And plus, it would bound to cause some chaos. Who doesn't love a good amount of chaos? Come on, we all love a good amount of chaos from time to time. And so, here we are. But who is a super fan then? You may be asking, since I'm filling in the critic role. Well, why don't I introduce to you all special guest of this stream, Danny!
Inside of every demon is a rainbow!
Oh my god! Great, you're already making me Brad added you. Fantastic!
I told you I had something in mind for it.
I know you did, but my god. But yes, I invited Danny and Matronic here because, hey, you're a super fan of the show, so why the hell not?
Hello, everybody. It's your favorite mistake.
Jesus! Okay then. By the end of the day, one of you will block each other. Oh, I'm gonna block Danny first, just saying.
Nuh-uh. I'm gonna do it to you first.
No, bitch. I'm gonna block your ass first.
Oh, really, Golden Freddy? I'm gonna block the door.
Motherfucker!
I ain't no crying child. I don't want you, bitch.
Anyways, why don't we start? Why don't we just fucking start, shall we? Right, I need to get you back into here. There you are.
Yay! Hello, everybody.
Hello.
This is the first time this PNG tuber is ever being seen.
Oh yeah, well there you go. Well, so I'm just realizing now well you know what, it's fine. It's fine. As long as I move over here, no one knows this, right? No one knows this. Anyways, yeah, let me just set everything up real quick. So quick transition period, I don't fucking know. Anyways, Danny, why don't you explain, like how much you love Hazbin Hotel? Why don't you explain while I set everything up over here?
Okay, I've been a fan of Hazbin Hotel since like 2020, maybe 2021. I saw the pilot with my sister Alex, and I also ended up watching Hell of a Boss, and several years later, here I am, and I'm completely obsessed with the show. I mean, I am one to also criticize Viv a little bit, but we don't need to talk about that.
If we don't need to talk about it, let's not talk about it.
Exactly.
Some people say to, criticize the, removed art from the artist. Maybe this is an instance of that. You don't know.
I mean, hey, listen, I still love Viv and her work, and I always will.
Yeah.
But there are still some bad episodes of Hell of a Boss.
Oh, Hell of a Boss. You don't even say of Hazbin Hotel. Okay, interesting.
Hey, it's the same universe, so.
Alright, fair. Good thing we're not talking about Hell of a Boss today. We're just talking about Hazbin Hotel.
Yes, in love. Absolutely in love. Like, hard eyes.
Oh, hard eyes. Damn. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
In
Just to
fact,
make
it's to the
sure.
point I'm a frequent buyer of Viv's shop.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, like, I said in another call that you and I had, Super, and
Yes.
I literally have the Monster Lover Pride shirt,
Yep.
from the third Hello Boss short.
Yep. I remember you
So,
telling me that, and me just feel like, oh God, what have I gotten myself into?
yeah. Yeah, I cannot wait to be the super fan to your very hypercritical ass self.
Yes. Which, hey, let me just make this known right now. This is all just for fun. You know, don't take this too seriously. I only call myself a critic just because I'm more critical of the stuff I watch than some of my other friends. Because I'm an over-analytical bitch. But, over that,
You don't
we're just here to have
say.
fun.
You don't say, Sheldon Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just who I am. Just who I am.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Alright.
Also, hi, Pinky.
Yeah.
Welcome to hell. Of Hazbin
Hello,
Hotel.
everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to hell.
Speaking of hell, why don't we go ahead and start? This is every Hazbin Hotel.
Every Hazbin Hotel episode ever made ranked.
Thank you, yes. By SuperChaoticVODS featuring Danny. I believe you also made one. Oh yeah, you
Yes.
did. Huh. Very nice.
By Danimaniac, by at Danimaniac YT, and at SuperChaoticTunes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you fucking show off. Oh hey, at least Chad's
been working
hiding
with
it.
sluts for
Chad
a
is hiding your face.
Okay, fuck you.
I mean, hey, you could have placed it anywhere. You just had to place it in the middle, so that's your own fucking fault.
I know where chat was gonna go.
Blah, excuses. Anyways, let's talk about the pilot.
Okay, yeah, the pilot.
Which,
I'll admit it, I had to rewatch the pilot while making the freaking slideshow. So, yeah, we're including the pilot in this, so...
yes. Because Danny wanted to, and because, fuck it, why not? So, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's start talking about episode 0, I like to call it, because it kind of is in this case, since it is technically canon according to Vivzy.
Or at least for the most part.
Yeah. So yeah, the pilot
Alright.
of this episode. This is where I'm gonna come in with my critic side first, and then it'll switch over to Danny's side once we get to the super fan part of it. But yeah. In terms of, for me, you know, hold on. I need to like collect everything. A lot of chaos has already happened. I need to like get back into critic mode. That feels wrong to say critic mode.
Super critical tunes.
Fuck. Alright, let's talk about the pilot. When it comes to pilots of any sort of show whatsoever, you're gonna have to do a lot, especially if you want to get people invested in the show. Not only do you have to create like interesting characters, you have to create an interesting setting. And you gotta, especially for the most part, like create a very interesting and unique concept that grasps people in and makes you want to watch the rest of your series moving forward. That is what a pilot is supposed to do. And whether or not there's changes or not moving forward, that's up to, you know, showrunners and the creator and all that blah blah blah. But judging technically episode 0, the pilot on its own, I have to be honest, originally when I first watched it, I just thought it was good. But now, like, rewatching it, especially recently, I have to say, I think it's great. I love it. Compared to other pilots, especially on YouTube, this one just stands out so much out of the rest of the indie animated pilots out there for a multitude of reasons. I mean, first of all, the songs in this one already helped it stand out, but it definitely does help that the songs in this one are pretty good. Especially Inside of Every Demon is a Rainbow. That one is especially my favorite. It's just so fun and catchy. And remember what I mentioned before about how each character was like, you know, they need to be represented very well. You need to like make interesting characters. Not only does Fifty create very interesting characters, but the way they showcase each one with like Angel having their moment with, you know, coming back after, I'm guessing, doing the with someone. I guess you could say.
Oh, are you talking about Travis?
Oh, is that their name? The driver at the beginning?
Yeah, his name is Travis.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact, he is the only character whose voice actor from the pilot was brought back.
Really? I did not know that.
He was the only one. Everyone else got recast.
Wow, so they were just like, all the rest of the cast, fuck them. But Travis, however, we have to keep him on. He is the true star of this series, all right? Travis is the true main star of this show, not even Charlie.
It's like, forget Charlie, forget Baggy, forget Alistair and Angel Dust. Let's just look at Travis.
Yeah, please pay attention to Travis first and foremost. Please and thank you.
I mean, to be fair, Mick, the voice actor for Husk in the pilot, he was brought back, but not as Husk, but as a background voice.
Okay.
In episode 1, I think.
Okay. At least he gets a little cameo.
Yeah, I mean, he tried. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Probably got cast for a 50K video. Get out of here, Nico.
Would we not?
Get out of here, Nico.
Nico!
Nico, get the fuck out. Anyways.
But yeah, Super, like, what you were saying about, like, the pilot being very good and doing everything it did, I'm pretty sure, 113 million people agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is very true. But it's also not just only, like, Angel Dust that also gets, like, you know... Fuck! Not only do they do a good job of introducing the Angel Dust, but they also do a good job of introducing Baggy through their first initial talk with Charlie. Introducing the Laster. Very fun. Love their first introduction.
Did you really just say Alaster?
Yes. Is that wrong?
Alistair. There you go.
Sure. But yeah, they
sure my ass.
Yeah, but they introduced all the characters very well and giving them each individual their own chance to spotlight, which is very nice. And it's the same with also the environments and the overall world building. I know for some it may be like a bit over the top, but for me personally, I love the setting, especially the pink and red aesthetic of Hell. It's not only just like a nice touch, but it also just like adds so much to everything. It's great.
It really does.
And the way they introduced the premise through the news segment was not downright excellent in my opinion, but also just fucking hilarious. Because obviously the concept itself is very much out there. And the fact they showcase it through all of Hell, through the news broadcast, laughing their ass off at Charlie for even thinking that this would work, it's great. It's great. It's not only a great way to showcase your premise, but also to get you, like, almost like the way you want to cheer for Charlie, because here is everyone in Hell laughing at her, but you can tell, like, through her introduction through the news broadcast that she genuinely cares and she wants to do good, which is great.
And kind of crazy given that she's literally the daughter of the devil, so...
That is also true, yeah. The fact like the daughter of the devil wants to get people up in heaven also just adds a little bit more to that interesting premise and concept high.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the same with Alistair as well. You know, it's not the most craziest way to introduce him, but I found it to be very enjoyable and entertaining regardless. And I think, especially with the backstory with like the crazy animation and visuals going on as Baggy is telling this backstory of how Alistair got to where he is, it's great. I think one of my only real gripes with this title in general has to be like the animation moments can feel a bit off. Like you can tell like there's different styles here and there. And I do wish we got more time with Daggy to really introduce her. Because it feels like I feel like I both know who she is, but at the same time I feel like I don't know who she is. And I wish we got just like a little bit more time or time with Daggy by herself to really introduce her. But other than that, I have no other complaints. And I think this is a great pilot for what it is. And in terms of ranking it, originally, I was just gonna put this one in B tier, but I gotta be honest. You watching it? I gotta give it A tier. I think it's a great pilot for what it is. It's not the best pilot of all time. That for me goes to Lackadaisy. But I think it's a great pilot nonetheless.
Of course it does.
And it's no... Sorry, what?
I said, of course it does. Like Lackadaisy?
Yes. Lackadaisy. Love it.
Is it because Michael Kovac is in that one too?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. What can I say? Funny cats shooting guns go burr. What can I say?
Shooting guns just go burr.
Exactly. And yeah.
Don't use guns, kids.
Sure. But yeah.
Alright, anyway.
It's a great pilot. And it's no wonder why it did eventually get picked up by A24 to then make it into a full-fledged series. Whether or not it was a good-fledged series, we'll get to later, but I still think it's great. It's no wonder it got picked up and got 113 million views in the first season. It was the first real pilot to, like, really, like, make a mark on YouTube. But alright, with that, it's now for the super fans' perspective. Danny, please, tell me, what do you think of the pilot?
I love everything about it. No.
Well, here, why don't you explain now? Go ahead and explain it.
Okay. So honestly, Super said a lot of the things. He basically took a lot of what I was gonna say right out of my mouth. Honestly, pilot was pretty great. I had to rewatch it again while making this damn slideshow that he desperately wanted me to make in order to make this fucking video. But yeah, rewatching the pilot. Yeah.
Listen here, you fuck.
Nah, you listen to me right now. Anyway, I liked the pilot. Honestly, I remember when I watched it back in like 2021 and I thought the show was fantastic. And I was desperately waiting for the show, for the full show to come out. But like, looking back on the pilot now, after almost a year after the show itself finally came out in January, honestly, I still like the pilot. I mean, yeah, there are some things that I think of it differently now as an aspiring show creator myself, actually. I think the pilot is good for what it is. Like, here's something I actually learned about the pilot. I learned that apparently it took 3 months to write and 3 years to animate. So this had technically been in the works since like 2016. Yeah. Or at least the pilot was. But yeah, I still think the pilot still holds a lot of water compared to how it is now. Like,
water?
It still does.
Water? You say water? Water?
Okay, will you stop that, you waterlogging bitch?
Listen! Stay hydrated! How about that, motherfucker?
Well, fuck you. I have my milk tea.
What the fuck did you just say?
I said, fuck you. I have my fucking milk tea.
That I say, go fuck yourself.
No thanks. I have a wolf who does that for me anyway. Anyway!
Oh. Luna?
Well, no, not Luna, but I wish. Anyway.
Oh!
Alright, but yeah, I still think the pilot does still hold up. The pilot is pretty much canon at this point, except for the designs and the voice actors. I still envy the shit out of Elsie Lovelock for how she sung Inside of Every Demon is a Rainbow. Charlie was portrayed extremely well, so she has an army behind her, not just Vaggie. I do wish we got more of Vaggie, but I think they did that on purpose to give her a little bit of mystery. But, like, okay, here's a bit of a complaint I have throughout most of the series. Vaggie is only ever really portrayed as Charlie's partner or Charlie's biggest support. That's really all Vaggie is put up to be. And I'll admit it, I don't like that most of the time. It's just a big issue. But yeah, pilot overall, loved everyone in it, love what they did with it, and I love the fact that it's still as relevant to Hazbin Hotel as, like, now as it was then. Even with the changes. But yeah, the story could flow a bit better, but, like, overall, I still think it's great, and that's why, Super, if you will.
Oh.
I give it A tier.
Oh, wow! We actually agree. Wow.
Yeah. It's definitely not S tier. It's definitely not S tier, but it is absolutely A tier. I won't settle for anything less.
Honestly, I agree. I agree. Wow, I was not expecting. I was expecting immediately to start a fight with you.
Oh yeah? Square up, bitch. Come on
Alright,
down. Come
alright,
on.
let's square up now, bitch. Let's go.
Square up.
I will. Just you wait.
Oh my god.
Also, I just checked now, but thank you very much, Chica, for the 5 Canadian. Does that mean your favorite characters are N, Jax, and Rocky? Rocky, yes. N, yes. Jax, no. That's all I'll say.
Jax, come on.
Oh, Jax is great, don't get me wrong, but he's not my favorite.
That gives me an idea. Super, you and I should do a collaboration at some point about Digital Circus.
Oh, Lord. That, you can cross that road.
Point. Not today.
Yeah, not today. Maybe in the future, maybe not. Who the hell knows?
No, we're staying in hell for now.
Exactly.
We're not going to the Digital Circus yet.
Speaking
of
hell,
kind of hell,
why don't we move on to episode 1?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right. Okay, now this is where the fun begins, and where I feel like some opinions.
There's the question of fun.
True. I feel like this is where stuff is gonna get interesting around here, because if you know, you know. I mean, okay. Why don't we just go ahead and start off, at least for me, some of the positives I do have. I do think the animation improved a lot, especially in, like, keeping the characters consistent throughout, which was very nice, and I definitely like the coloring and shading. It improved upon that as well, which I really liked. I also, honestly, I don't mind to do voice actors. I think they do pretty good. And I will say, I do prefer some voice actors over some of the original VAs. I'm not going to say who, because that could be its own separate thing. But I think for the most part, the new voice actors do pretty well. And,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And some of the songs, I will admit, at least God, what is Adam's song called again? Oh, Hell's Forever.
You seriously forgot the name of my favorite fucking song from Hazbin Hotel. Are you fucking serious?
Listen, I'm bad with remembering names.
Yeah, it's Hell is Forever.
Yeah, Hell is Forever. Hell is Forever, a fucking banger, and I love it.
Yes. 100% agree with you.
So with that, that's where my praises end. now it's time to start talking about the bad. Because oh boy, here's some stuff that has infuriated me about the first episode. Because you're thinking about it like this, right? The first episode of any TV show has to do a bunch of things, but the main things I want to say it should do is one, get you interested in the show. Two, get you invested in the show. And three, make you want to continue watching from there on out. Now, for the first episode, if they just originally redid the pilot, and then make it have like mix well with this episode, and have this be considered technically episode 2 instead of episode 1, this episode itself would have been perfectly fine. But that's not the case, isn't it? It's episode fucking 1. And holy shit, it does a horrible job as a first episode. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Technically, we're still considering the original pilot as canon, right? That's what seems the general consensus. The original pilot is canon. Hell, even the show itself makes it seem like the original pilot is canon. So, by that assumption, they're already guessing that we know everything about, like, what is going on. But let's say, hypothetically, you know, you were new to everything, and you have not seen the original pilot or seen, like, anything about the show. Maybe you were just, like, randomly scrolling, and you found this show that caught your interest for a second. You're like, oh, what's this show? Let me check it out. And then immediately, it just plays out as if, like, you already know what's going on. But this hypothetical said, you know jack shit. And the show just assumes that you know what's going on. But, you know, what if you don't? And then because of that, it's like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Because it, like, at least me, it feels like it, like, rushes through all of the explanation that would do. Like, why is Alistair here? What is this hotel for? Who are the characters that are staying here? Like, it feels like it glosses over all of that for a first episode. Just because, well, I think it's very clear now, looking back, but they definitely needed more fucking time and definitely needed more episodes to write everything out. I think it's clear as day. That's the main critique I've at least seen across all social media. That this show is incredibly fucking rushed. It's not.
I 100% fucking agree.
Yeah. But honestly, even if so, you can still salvage some parts of it. And if this was still considered like a second episode, would be fine. But the fact that it's the first episode is mind-boggling. Because, you know... Oh my god. Oh, this first episode, man, it frustrates me to all fucking hell. Literally. Oh my god.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to agree with you on that. Like, honestly, this is my personal opinion. I feel like this show should have started with a remake of the pilot episode.
Yes, I was gonna say that. Yes.
Like, that would have made a lot more sense. I feel like the show, in general, kind of relies too much on the previously existing fan base and isn't thinking about the new people that could be coming in. Because that's something any show creator needs to consider. Like, yeah, you have a fandom already behind you. You have a fan base. Then what? What about new people who could be coming in? Any fucking sense?
Yeah, exactly. But not only that, this is just a personal thing for me. I like the premise now for this show now being like the reason to repeal tiers is because of circumvention. That still is the same, but now with like the heightened effect this episode brings up, like, hey, now it's gonna be taken in half the time in 6 months. Which, you know, this was like season 2 or something like that. Or if the show had more time, it would have been perfectly fine. But that's obviously not the case. And because of that, I feel like the new sort of premise doesn't really work as well for a first season. Like, I feel like this spread should have been for a second season more than anything. Like, listen to me. I think the first season should have been them trying to like rehabilitate, introduce the characters, get people invested, all that. Then season 2 had that high effect of, hey, well, now you have half the time to figure everything out. Again, that's just me though. And just like compared to technically the
Why do they do this?
episode 0 or the pilot, yeah, it did not catch my interest as much as the original pilot did. And some of the stuff in here, like especially the whole commercial part. If this was your way to introduce us to the characters, quote unquote, what the fuck? Like, because we're like rushing through all these because we're trying to get all these like quote unquote shots with them and all of that. It just doesn't work. Sorry, it doesn't work. And it especially feels like with this episode, because you know it's technically like the first episode, I feel like it really hinds down like Alistair's abilities. Episode 1, I feel like I should be scared shitless of this guy. In episode 1 of the show, it feels like, oh, he can like bring stuff in, blah blah blah. Like, dude, where's the radio fucking demon? Then like can spend time and kill someone with their bare hands. This feels like nothing. Oh, Alistair, it feels so. Ah! And yeah, just in general, this is not a good first episode. Like, this is how not to do a first episode of a TV series, in my opinion. They could have done so much. Well, okay. By them, I mean either the show or A24 Amazon Prime giving them more episodes to work with. Either way, there was just some stuff that needed to be reworked. But this is what we got for episode 1, and because of that, I have to give it D tier. I think this one is, me personally, the worst episode out of the entire series. Because, obviously, the stuff already is bad. But the fact that it's the first episode just makes everything way worse. In my opinion. So yeah, there you go. That's my side of the argument. Alright, Danny, please tell me, what do you think of Overture?
Well, for one thing, it's overture.
Overture.
You would know that.
Sorry.
Fucking theater kid. I don't think of this episode as badly. I don't know what's up with your end, Super, but for some reason your audio keeps cutting out.
Also, that's the same for me. Maybe just because I'm streaming, but I don't know for sure fully. Or maybe just the Wi-Fi is that bad. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm living in the basement, so I don't know anything. Yeah, Overture. I don't have as harsh of a opinion.
Oh shit, wait, hang on. You weren't kidding about... Hold up. The mic is cutting you out greatly here. Holy shit.
What?
The mic is cutting out greatly here. Hang on, I'm gonna leave and rejoin and see if that'll fix it. Jesus, you can tell, like, there was lag. But, yeah, Danny was cutting out heavily there. Holy shit. Okay, hopefully that will fix it. It? Ah! Not working as well. No! Please work.
What the fuck is up with you, Discord?
Oh, now you're starting to work Discord.
Not like, okay. Get fuck. Okay, hold on.
Oh. Technical difficulties, Jack. Technical difficulties, Jack.
Okay, so the stream you had up for Discord, Super, it just completely went out.
Oh, that's because I left the call, remember?
Alright, well, I need it back.
Hey, but then you know right now, I'm gonna head to
Yeah,
I'm gonna set it
or
to
you
a
know
slow frame rate just because technically it's a Google Play presentation. You don't need to worry about frames.
yeah. Alright, anyway, getting back to
Yep,
this.
getting back to this without the technical difficulty.
Alright, going on to Overture, I do agree with a number of the problems that Super brought up. Um, but, like, put it, like, yeah, this was not the greatest introduction to a series. Like, this is coming from a Super fan, and because, as I said earlier, I feel like a big problem that Hazbin Hotel has as, like, a full-fledged series, like the series proper, it's that it focuses too much on the previously existing fan base, and because it focuses so much on that, it's not allowing any room for new fans to try and process anything. That's why I said earlier that I feel like the series really should have started with a remake of the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm saying, like, a full-on remake, the new voice actors and the new designs, maybe a slightly improved story. Um, but yeah, going on to this though, like, I don't have as harsh opinions of it, though maybe that's because my favorite character of the show is introduced in this episode.
Adam's your favorite character, I'm guessing?
Admittedly, yes.
Yeah,
I love Adam. Okay, listen.
alright.
Like me and like my thing with Adam is just Alex Brightman rock angel, and it's absolutely insane to me. And overall, I just like the idea of his character. I think he's such a douchebag, but in a cool ass way to me. And I cannot help but like it. Plus, Alex Brightman's literally my favorite actor of all time, so,
Damn,
fuck
favorite of all
y'all.
time?
Listen, I found the man in high school, he practically saved my life.
Okay, fair enough.
Plus, he voices my favorite character in Hell of a Boss, so it only helps.
Okay then.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, my praises for this episode, like, I do love Happy Day in Hell. It is a pretty good song, and narratively, I think the song is beautiful. But, and then there's, Hell is Forever, which, do I even need to explain how much I love it?
No, I don't think you need to. I think everyone knows it's a banger.
Everyone knows it's a banger, and it was a banger from the start. But yeah, like, my praises for this episode mainly go to Adam and the two songs. This was not a great first episode concept. Like, if the pilot were the first episode and this were the second, then I could probably get behind it a bit better. And also, the whole B plot of the commercial filming, it doesn't make much sense. I feel like that side plot would have worked. I feel like that side plot would have worked better for episode 2, with Alistair and Vox. I feel like that would have worked better.
Oh,
Because
okay.
then it would give Vox and the V's like a bit of an in to the hotel for a little bit.
Actually,
But they
no.
didn't do that, so
It would be
they
interesting
didn't
to
do
see
that.
Beast get into it.
So, well, I mean, they tried to
Well, I know,
in a
but
really
like,
stupid way, honestly.
like the commercials. That would be interesting.
But yeah, Overture overall, not a terrible episode, not a great first. And I cannot put it at D because that would be disrespecting my man. So here's what
But
I'm
D
gonna
for
do.
Dick, and he was the first Dick.
And you know what I'm gonna do, Super?
Fine.
Alright, click it.
What?
B.
Okay.
B
Okay.
for his first bitch. I will be the first bitch.
Oh, okay. Oh. B.
I will be first bitch.
I heavily disagree. Hold the fucking phone. B? B?
Yeah. I cannot disrespect my man Adam like that.
My god.
Like, it's not a great episode, but it has Hell is Forever, and it has Adam, and it's up an idea for like a plot for the series, or
Oh, god damn it. Even Discord disagrees with your opinion because it's flagging up once
Like that.
again.
I'm not disrespecting Adam like that, alright?
Hey, yeah. How about you shut the fuck up and go sit for Adam in your little corner?
I will,
like the
but I
super
won't
fan
shut
that
up.
you are.
Yeah, listen, Adam... I wouldn't mind.
Anyways, why don't we move on to episode 2?
Yeah, episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. Oh boy.
This is where things get kicked into real high gear.
Oh yeah, oh boy. I mean, okay.
Alright, Radio killed the video star.
Okay, well, here, how about I talk about my end first, and then you can talk about your all deal, alright? How about that?
That's how you structured this video anyway.
That's true. Alright, episode 2. You know, but the first
Should have been episode 3.
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, here. With episode 2, I will be honest, it's better than the first episode, I will have to say. It's a much better episode than the first episode was. I mean, first of all, the introductions to the bees I thought were pretty good with Fox and his whole, like, back and forth with Alistair with the song. Fucking fantastic, by the way. One of my favorite songs out of the entire show. They introduced him also... Fuck, what were the names of the other 2 bees?
Are you serious?
I am bad with names! Mercy!
Vox, Valentino, and Velvet.
Okay.
How do you not remember this shit?
Listen, man, I remember characters by their appearances, not by their names. I'm bad with remembering names. As soon as I see a
So
character,
am
I'm like,
I, but
oh,
I'm
it's
not
that
this bad.
character.
What, you're just like, oh, that's Pigtail bitch. Oh, that's, I cannot say that word on YouTube. That's Radio bitch.
Yeah,
That's Dark bitch in a cloak who reminds
yeah,
me of Jack
exactly,
Skellington.
exactly. That's how my brain works.
So you remember appearances and describing words. Okay.
Yes. Pretty much. Because remembering
Good to know I
names
have
is
my work cut
somehow
out for me.
harder.
Yeah, good to know I've got my work cut out for me here.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's why you're the super fan. You're the one that remembers names. I'm just the one that criticizes everything and tells you why you're wrong.
Hey, at least I can actually remember the characters' names. And
Yeah.
the premise of the show.
I remember the premise of the show, alright?
I can also remember not to be a little bitch.
I also remember not to be a little pussy.
Meow, motherfucker.
And more motherfucker, I guess? I don't know.
Don't you hit me with that rar. Don't you hit me with that rar.
Alright, I won't. I'll just talk about episode 2. Yeah, again, I thought the introduction of the bees were pretty good, especially with Vox and his whole little song in the background with Alistair. We also see Baggy and... God damn it, I just... Ah!
Which character are you trying to remember, Super?
The one that bitch slaps Angel Dust
Wait, bitch slaps Angel Dust.
before.
Husk?
No, not the other V besides Velvet and Vox.
Oh, Valentino!
Yeah, Valentino.
What the fuck?
No, see, you're coming at me for not remembering names, but yet you can't even remember a name when I described them to you. Okay.
Didn't even describe the appearance or anything.
Oh man.
But yeah, Valentino. He's the tall pimp, and again, a word I can't say on YouTube. Otherwise, we will get demonetized like fuck.
Yeah.
Like YouTube's just gonna nuke us.
We're sitting in Duke at my house as we speak.
They're already locked and loaded up all of our places.
But anyways, yeah, I thought the introduction to all the beats were great. Valentino with his whole like, getting all bitchy about Angel wanting to do his own thing. I thought was not only a great introduction to his character, but also a great introduction or like setting up the pieces for episode 4 as well. I thought that was pretty good. Also, Vaki with being the most Gen Z motherfucker that is hell imaginable.
You mean Velvet?
Velvet, yes.
Yeah, Velvet, not Vaggy. Vaggy's the one at the hotel.
Oh, I said baggy shit, sorry.
You said Vaggy like 3 different times.
Alright, being Velvet.
Yeah, Velvet.
Yeah, Velvet's the most Gen Z motherfucker imaginable, but still a fun way to introduce them, nonetheless.
You wanna know what's really stupid about Velvet?
Oh, it's so stupid.
In actual information sheets, he's fucking 30.
He's 30?
He's 30! She ain't Gen Z at all.
That's messing with my brain right now. What the fuck?
She's not even Gen Z. She's basically a millennial.
Hey, she is the most millennial motherfucker imaginable.
Millennials trying to act like Gen Zs.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I thought they were all great, especially with Vox and his whole song with Alistair. I mean, their song, fucking banger, fantastic. It's also a great way to show also that Alistair is much more powerful than he's laying us on, which is also very fun. It's like a little tease as to what he can really do for the future. Really fun. But then we'll
Yeah,
get to...
honestly, when he started stretching out like that, that genuinely scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's freaky when he starts like growing and like extending his limbs and the antlers start growing and stuff.
That long, crooked neck.
Yes.
Like, man can just turn into a giraffe whenever he wants.
Yeah. But then we get to kind of like
Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah. But then we get to the stuff with like Serpentious and him now coming in as kind of like the quote-unquote spy, but then it turns out he's going to be staying here for the rest. Yeah, I'll be honest, I feel like it's kind of rushed. Wow, it's rushed. Shocker. What? They gotta just like, they do just like one scene with him just like, well, okay, technically 2 scenes, but really only like one main scene with him like pretending to be quote-unquote good. And, it's fine, but I feel like, honestly, the stuff with Serpentious coming in for the very first time, I feel like it should have been its own episode. I feel like it said maybe instead, if it was paced out much better. it would instead be the bees interacting, and then also we see Charlie and Baggy going out and trying to get people to recruit, and then like the episode ends with Sir Petrus coming to be like, "Hi, I want to come," and going to Hazbin Hotel. I feel like that would have been much better, especially since at the end, well, at the start of like Serpentius wants to, it's kind of just told to us through Charlie and Beckett, like, hey, no one else wanted to join. I wish we could have seen that instead of just told by us. Which is one of my biggest complaints throughout the entire series, that they tell and not show. But that's besides the point. And then if
Alright, so what do you rank? Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
Sorry, I have a lot more to say.
Nah, I mean, you're good. You always got a lot of shit coming out of your mouth, so.
Yeah, true. This is a talkative motherfucker. And if,
Yeah, but go on.
It does feel like as well, like the whole like when the sorry song starts kicking in, Charlie wanting to forgive Serpentius and all that. Again, it does feel kind of rushed. Like I wish we could have seen like Serpent, like especially Angel does as well, because it feels like it's glossed over. Like it feels like it's brought in to only cause conflict. Angel now feeling like a little jealous over Serpentius now joining, getting all the attention when he was, I guess, mainly getting the attention. That never gets resolved or anything in this entire episode or the next episode after. It's kind of just brought in, glossed over, and then moved on. And even with the sorry song, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like again they're just like rushing over Serpentius, like now staying at the hotel, and him now dropping the whole spy act with playing the cameras everywhere and all that. Like I really wish we could have had more time to just see that grow and evolve and just see it all play out more than just rushed out just for the sake of getting something out there. But again, it's not like horribly bad or anything. I still think this episode is like good overall. But I just feel like there's a bunch of ideas thrown in here that were incredibly rushed. And so because of that, it doesn't really give it the time and breathing that it needs. And so because of that, yeah, I'm going to put it in B tier. It's not the worst episode ever by any means, or, yeah, but I still think it's good for what it is. I just feel like it needed much more time and needed to have less ideas thrown in there overall. So, with that, Annie, tell me what you think. What do you think of Radio Killed the Video Star?
I do think the episode was very good. Honestly, episode 2 was where things actually really did kick into higher gear. Like, definitely much better than episode 1. Loved getting to finally see Vox, Valentino, and Velvet, even though this motherfucker can't remember their fucking names.
Shush.
But yeah, overall, I think this episode was pretty fucking great. Like, love stayed gone. Honestly, before episode 2, like, before the official series came out, there was like a whole thing where people could see the first 2 episodes, like, early. And you would not believe how much Stayed Gone was already trending before the series officially started on Prime. So, I already heard the song plenty. And, like, it's very good. Honestly, that was probably the best introduction to Vox and Alistair's rivalry, which had long been a thing since, like, the pilot, maybe even before the pilot. It was all great. Valentino was a fucking man baby, and that's completely... Honestly, yeah. I can see why they went with the more wimp approach for this one, and it builds up later. But, like, we're on this one right now. And I do agree with what you said about Serpentius. I feel like Serpentius' thing could have been its own episode. But, I mean, they had to bring it in somehow, because they had an idea of what to do with him. To be fair, Serpentius wasn't even originally meant to be like a main character. He was supposed to be maybe like a one-time villain, maybe even a reoccurring villain. But because the fandom fucking loved him so much, you know, despite his shitty voice actor at the time, that apparently they just decided to actually give him a full-on role. And I'm happy about that because, again, Serpentious is another one of my favorite characters from the show. Ironic that all my favorite characters from Viv's universe are voiced by the same person. So, yeah. Do I just want to get with Alex Brightman? Is this right?
I mean, for this one, I feel like you're much more than just episode. I feel like you're just a Alex Brightman simp.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a part of the Alex Brightman cult. Let's go, bitches! We run it, run!
Oh lord, am I with a cult leader? Is that what's happening? Am I with a cult leader right now?
You're not with a cult leader. You're with a cult member.
Oh, is that better or worse?
Join the Join the cult of Brightman.
You know, I'll just stick to my Dead End Paranormal Park corner and I'll be okay.
Alright, fair enough. That actually is a good show. Anyway. Yeah, my cult following aside, this episode overall I do think was pretty great. It Starts With Sorry was a very out of nowhere song, but the song's cute, so, you know, I can vibe with it. Overall, I think this episode was definitely a much better episode than episode 1 was, and
True.
personally, I don't think it deserves B tier.
Oh. And then, what do you think it goes to?
Why don't you click it and find out?
Oh boy, I'm scared. Okay!
S tier!
No! No! Fuck you! No! S tier!
No thanks. Again, I have a wolf who does that for me. Yes, S tier. S tier episode.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I have a few notes, but to me, the episode is great.
I am shaking my goddamn head right now. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare I?
Yeah, how dare you? S tier! What the fuck?
Well, how dare you not be a member of the cult?
I have standards, that's why.
Join us! Join us! Join us!
No.
I will drag you down with me.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good, Steve.
I will drag you down this rabbit hole.
Oh god. Super, this is the second one episode. You're about to expect a lot of disagreements. But, oh lord of mercy. Oh lord.
I mean, they're wrong.
Well, I guess with that here, why don't we move on to the next one? Episode 3.
I already know your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, you kind of
specifically because of a certain someone in the third image.
I mean, depending on how you look at it, there's multiple third images.
Okay, the image that's kind of blocked a bit by the number thing.
Oh, they're just looking exactly into it. They're looking exactly at episode 3.
Right.
Right.
Alright, go ahead, give your shit opinion.
Okay, fuck you! Anyways, as I was saying, episode 3...
Again, don't need to. Not interested.
Anyways, episode 3. If you had, like, pacing issues with this series, episode 3... Oh boy, you are gonna love this one. Not. Because let me tell you about episode 3. I think the original concept, it works fine for what it is. honestly, it's actually kind of nice to see for a change that we're kind of, being like a back and forth. Sorry. It's kind of nice to see that with this episode, we're kind of just getting premise that was a part of, the concept of what we're doing. Like, hey, we're trying to redeem people. Let's do something to try to redeem ourselves. It's nice to see that back again. And I think the original idea to showcase all of, like, the big baddies in one big meeting, pretty nice idea. Do I think it works well with this episode? With the side quests of also, like, Russ, in this case? Not so much, but it's fine. It's fine. But here's where the big problems start to come in. This is probably the biggest one in here. In episode 1, like, you started building up the idea of an angel dying. And you build that up at the final part of the episode, which was a nice way to, get people curious. I thought that was nice. I forgot to mention that with episode 1. But in this episode,
an angel died in episode.
Yeah, then they just they just reveal it 2 episodes later. Oh, well, okay. Originally, if they just like started like hinting at who it could have been, like saying like it could have been one of the people in this room, honestly, I would have been fine with that. That would have been fine. Oh my god, the fact that they revealed in the second fucking song. Just like you reveal it as this one character that we just met, by the way, like a couple of minutes ago. You reveal it is this mother, which is like, okay, cool. But at the same time, who the fuck are you? Who are you? And how, like, why were you the one to kill? The hell? Like, it feels like it just takes away all tension of, like, the mystery behind who it is. It's just like, oh, it's just this random ass character we just introduced. Anyways, have fun. Anyways, here's a song. And other than that as well, like, I mentioned this in, like, our collab video with the songs on Danny's channel, but both of the songs in this episode are some of the worst songs out of the entire series, especially the second one.
What?
Yeah, you heard me, bitch. The first one, it's fine. It doesn't really work for me personally, but that's just me personally. I'm not even gonna try to criticize it. It's just a personal feeling. I don't really like the back and forth between them. It's just not my thing, especially with the different music styles. But the second song, oh my god. Originally, we don't know who the fuck Vaggie and the mother are, Well, Vaggie we kind of know.
Carmilla Carmine.
Carmilla? Thank you. Yeah, Carmilla. Like, Carmilla,
Carmilla.
Met. And Vaggie, we kind of know a little bit, but not too much. But because, it's kind of just like pushed in, like them doing a duet, it just makes me question, like, wait, why are they doing it? No, not get angry. Like, wait, why are we doing a duet with these two again? Like, sure, they may be like, I want to protect you and blah, blah, blah. But, like, why you two? You've never met. We don't know why you two are going to be important for interactions later on down the line. Like, we don't know jack shit about your guys' relationship. So why are you guys doing a duet somehow? It makes no goddamn sense. The fact that you reveal, Carmilla reveals, hey, I'm the one that killed the angel because I want to protect my daughter. It's like, okay, cool, but you're also taking away that mystery. And also, honestly, I feel like the whole, like, trust thing is also kind of rushed. Especially, like, Vaggie and Charlie's fight, because we barely, like, see them, like, being all, like, lovey-dovey or, like, possibly having disagreements over how to do the trust stuff and not maybe trusting each other as much. We only see, like, two-ish instances. One with Angel Dust and the whole, like, love, sex stuff. And the other is through Vaggy's like throwing people into a warfare because yes. Yeah, that's it. And then this has caused like a huge argument and causes them to go into song later? Huh? And yet somehow as well with like it also makes them want to like start being even more friendly towards each other. Angel Duster, Penches, and Husk. What? Where is this coming from? I don't understand. Like, you're just thrown into warfare once and kind of have fun at a sex club or something. Yet you're all now like buddy buddies if you're like best friends or some shit. Ah! And
None of them are really best friends by the end of it. Like, yeah, they just have a little more respect and trust for each other. Like, a little bit.
Yeah, but it just... I don't know, it feels kind of rushed in my opinion. Especially since it feels like they're being more friendly than how they were just like 2 episodes ago. Especially since the second episode was just like Serpentious joining. And now they're all like buddy buddy after the warfare stuff.
After being tossed headfirst into the Doomsday District.
Yep, pretty much. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I feel like there's a lot of areas they could have rewritten it and structured it a lot better with more time. But again, we don't know because that timeline does not fucking exist. So, then, this is what we got for episode 3, and it could be better. It could be better with how it's structured and paced. And especially the songs as well. The songs kind of suck in this one, not gonna lie. Like,
well, that's your opinion.
True. Especially on rewatch for me, because when I was like rewatching this episode 3 was the one, and also episode 1 where I'm like, oh god, I gotta have to rewatch these episodes. I already knew I did really like them on the first viewing. And rewatching them again, it was just like, oh, this is a chore to rewatch. But episode 3 overall is just fine. It's definitely not my favorite by anything because it's definitely one of the worst episodes of the series. But overall, it's fine, and that's why I would give it C tier. It's not like horribly bad like episode 1 by any means, but it's kind of just meh to me. It's just a meh episode in my opinion. But alright, with that,
Yeah,
I can clearly tell you disagree with me heavy, Danny. So please, tell me why you love scrambled eggs.
Okay, I never said that I loved it.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I do think this episode is pretty decent. Like, yeah, there are some things I do agree with you on. But I'm gonna start with the thing I disagree with you on.
Oh?
The songs are not that bad in this episode, okay? I love Respectless. It's literally my number 2 favorite. And whatever it takes is still good. I mean, do I understand why they did the whole thing with Carmilla and Vaggy like that, even though they don't know each other? No, I don't understand it. But, like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think the episode was completely terrible. Like, I think the episode does have its merits where, like, yeah, I do agree with you on, like, it didn't have to unveil the whole killing an angel thing like this. They could have, like, expanded out a bit longer if, you know, they did have more episodes to work with. But, like, I really don't think it's horrible. Like, those are really the only critiques I have about it. Like, the whole killing an angel being revealed thing, it being a character that we know literally nothing about, and, like, there could have been more context given before actually doing this. It's like unveiling who the murderer is at the beginning of a murder novel.
Yeah. I mean, okay, technically, that could work because, I guess spoilers for, like, Invincible, the TV series also on Amazon Prime. But in that one, it also kind of reveals who the villain is, like, or, like, the twist villain is in the first episode. But honestly, it still worked, and it's still, in my opinion, one of the best twist villains ever because of how they do it. Like, you can't reveal who killed someone in, like, the first episode, or hell, like, episode 3, like they did here. But they need to get us to care about the character. You can't just, like, say, like, hey, it's this character because yes, and then just move on. You need to get us to care about the character
Yeah,
first.
I mean, they try. I mean, I guess they kind of tried. Like, Carmilla, they kind of explained her reason that Carmilla was doing it to, like, protect her daughters and all. But, like, that, again, there wasn't enough emotional context to really make it work. And the whole trust idea, like, I think this was their very poor attempt at trying to make a proper Vaggie episode. Because most of
Yeah.
these episodes feel like Charlie-centric episodes, which I get it. She's the main character, but but you have to give some characters like room and a little bit of spotlight. All right. So, this episode, it's not bad. I liked the trust issues idea. I liked how it did end with like some of the characters kind of trusting a bit more. I loved the gag with Nifty where they just like let her fall onto the floor.
Yeah, it was funny where she
Yeah,
but she was about to be thrown. She's like, "Throw me in there, motherfucker!"
It's like, hey, Brain!
Yes, exactly.
She was like, yay, Brain! So honestly, I thought that was funny. Nifty is just a whole character of her own, and I definitely did not think she was gonna be as crazy as she was.
She's almost chaotic as me. We worked on almost.
It's just, I don't think this episode was horrible. It's just there are some significant.
Sorry, hold on. Discord's lagging on it.
Carmilla thing didn't make sense.
Sorry, Discord is lagging. What are you saying?
Oh god, this again.
Okay, there we go.
Overall, this episode is not.
Oh god damn it!
Could some things have been done? Could some things have been done differently? Yes, fucking lootly.
I'm sorry, Danny. Please pause it. We need to restart this call again real quick. Hang on.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not joking. I wish I was. Okay, hopefully that fixed it.
Alright, anyway. Episode, not terrible.
Okay.
We do need to rank it. And I rank it.
See. Okay. I won't murder your
B
ass
tier.
for it, but I still disagree. But I'm not gonna murder you over it.
Okay, please don't.
No problem.
You really want a repeat of that fucking stuffed bear from the other stream?
Oh, stuff there.
This is cool. Yeah, this is plushie abuse. This is plushie abuse. Come on, man.
What's plushie abuse? I don't understand.
If you murder me, a plushie, then that's plushie abuse, and you can go to jail. I will throw you into plushie jail.
Okay. Whatever. But okay. With that though, it's yeah. Time to talk about episode 4. Now, for this one, I'm gonna pause.
Oh,
Yeah, episode 4 time. Masquerade, I believe it's called.
yeah, this fucking episode.
Yeah, this
We're
episode.
about to we're about to get into some deep shit here, guys.
Yeah,
Here we
yeah.
go.
Which, saying this right now, gonna put it on screen right here, right now. You know, warning, trigger warning for, bad stuff. You know, just like bad stuff that are definitely more mature than some other
Thing
adult
here, this
shows may
episode
get
is
into.
a lot.
It is a lot.
May we remind people that this show is not for kids.
Yes, it is very much not. This episode is a clear example of that.
So if you're a fucking 9-year-old, get the fuck out.
Exactly. Please, leave. Now.
Shout out to the 9-year-olds. Get the fuck out for the stream.
Exactly. Please. But okay. And I just want to say this now.
Like, did
Sorry. Please. First.
people who showed up to that one Hazbin Hotel, like, god damn,
Oh.
to say, panel where like there was a fucking 9-year-old that came up to ask them questions, and it was literally a question about Angel moaning.
Oh, what?
There was an incident at a convention. Parent brought their fucking 9-year-old to a Hazbin Hotel panel about Angel and his moaning in
Oh.
episode 4.
Okay. That's exactly why,
That's exactly why the 9-year-old should get the fuck off the stream.
yeah, please. Please leave. Please leave. Or just like
This is not meant for you.
under 16 in general. Please leave. Just please
Coco
leave.
Melon!
Please get the fuck out.
We ain't playing no co.
Uh, but yeah, let me talk about this. Which I just want to say this right now. For me personally, I have never gone through what Angel has gone through this episode. I've never experienced anything like that, which I'm very thankful for. So when I am like talking about this episode, please understand I have not personally gone through it, but I'm just personally like critiquing it just based off of, you know, someone who has not gone through it. That, however, if you are someone that has gone through something like this, please know you are valid and that people will be there to help you no matter what. I just want to go ahead and say that because I feel like it's important to say that. And I also want to say this that just because one depiction of someone going through something should not take away someone else's depiction of going through something. There's no right, perfect way to depict someone going through this, or there should be one exact way to depict something because we all have different experiences in life. And that because of that, just because one depiction may be different, that doesn't make it automatically bad, or doesn't mean you should disregard their depiction of it. I feel like that does need to be said because I feel like some of the hate towards episode, I'll be honest, is not warranted in the slightest bit. Because I will be honest here, I think episode 4 is my favorite episode out of the entire series. for me personally. Give me a moment. I will explain why. As you've probably seen with my explanation throughout most of this video, my main critique of the entire series as a whole, for the most part, is the pacing. Wow, shocker. But I feel like with this one, it feels like it was tightly knit. Like, at least for me, I didn't notice any like pacing issues throughout it, which is great. If you're gonna tackle something very real that a lot of people have unfortunately experienced, and you're gonna tackle it and it's something big like this, I feel like you need to give it the time that it deserves to just like let it breathe. In this episode, doesn't I feel like it respects everything because of that, which I'm very thankful for. Like looking through my notes real quick because I don't want to say anything wrong here. And I'm also very glad that with this episode, they take everything very seriously and straight to the point. How Valentino is the abuser and assaults Angel. They don't play it up for laughs or anything. It's played out how it is, and it's terrifying, but that's the point. It's not pretty in the slightest bit, and I'm glad that they don't try to make it seem like it is. When Husk breaks Angel both at the hotel and at the bar, again, it's not played for laughs. It's just showing how it is that it's fucked up. And when Angel breaks at the bar and he is like having the full on mental breakdown because feels like he's losing it and he doesn't know what the fuck to do because of it. And it's clear he's hurting on the inside because of it. And the fact that he has to build up a character that he himself doesn't want to, but feels like he has to, especially for him, if he wants Valentina to stop abusing him to not be his favorite toy anymore. He's doing it because of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like they give everything the time and respect it deserves. And they don't like play it up for laughs or anything. They tell it straight how it is and they take everything seriously because of that, which I very much appreciate. But something as well that I really appreciate is the little tiny details that are thrown in that just really just help the episode overall. Like at the very beginning, with Angel Dust showcasing his like I guess best performance with the porno. Showcase like, hey, to the audience, you're gonna be a bit uncomfortable, so buckle up. Like it immediately showcases like this is gonna be different from the rest of the episodes. Be prepared. Which I very much appreciate them doing. Because then it just feels it doesn't like come out of nowhere. It's like it's building up, like building it up throughout the rest of the episode. It's not just like thrown in there because yes, out of nowhere, like some of the rest of the episodes do. And it's also great seeing Charlie, especially with how someone can have great intentions, you know, with their actions, wanting to like help someone. Like they can have great intentions doing it, but sometimes those great intentions can lead to horrible consequences if, things get out of hand, which really in this episode, it kind of does. And obviously, Charlie didn't mean to. Charlie just wanted to give Angel more time at the hotel to, know, to do his whole thing there, which is nice of Charlie to do, but sometimes it's better to just like take a step back and respect someone's boundaries. Like Charlie says, like what the next list will be about boundaries, you know? But the main star of the show for me has to be the songs. I mean, Poison, not only is it a banger, but I love the music video, especially for this, because it really like showcases how like at least for some people how like when something bad is happening, they will just go into their like fantasy world. And that's exactly what Angel Dust is doing to help like I don't know if necessarily cope is the word, but help them like get through everything. But it also shows in the music video that Angel still breaks down because it's still hurting him, which is clear, which again, they don't play for laughs, which I very much appreciate. And Baby, Loser Baby is my all-time favorite song. I love Loser Baby 2 bits. Not only just because the music video is fun, but the message behind it is just like a great first step towards recovery, I feel like, especially because for some people, sometimes they just see that like, hey, it's gonna be okay, all that. And if that works for them, fantastic. I'm happy for them. But for some people, and this is including myself sometimes as well, sometimes you just need that you know, that reality check of like, hey, you know, you are a loser. Like just straight up, you are a loser. But you're a loser that's not alone. Which is clearly what the song was intended. And it's not glossing over the fact that Angel's gone for shit, like some people have said. It's showcasing that, hey, maybe you're a loser, but you're not alone. And that, hey, maybe we can be losers together and maybe help each other out. You know, just being able to have someone that you can coincide with and know, like, hey, they're a loser too, that you're not alone. For some, is a great first step towards recovery, which I very much appreciate them doing with this episode. And yeah, just I don't know. I love this episode. I know some people may disagree with me on this, and if you do and you have a different perspective on it, please tell me so because I know this episode is divisive for some. But for me, I just love it. I think the execution on this was very well done. Which is why for me, I have to be honest, it's S tier for me. This is the best episode out of the entire show by far for me because of the way they tackled such a serious issue and the fact that they don't play for laughs or they don't do anything like, you know, I don't know, wrong's the right word, but you get what I mean. Like they treat it with respect and give it the time that it needs. And because of that, it's a great episode. And I love it. I just love it. But okay, Danny, I'm now curious. Oh, interesting cover for this one. But please tell me. I'm curious for you as well. What do you think about Masquerade? Please tell me.
All right. Well, thank you for that thesis, Super.
Sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry.
Right. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so. Anyway, hands down, no debate.
Oh, damn it.
Cuz like
Sorry that it's lagging again. Okay. Can you please just leave and rejoin real quick? That'd be appreciated,
are
Danny.
you
I know it's annoying, but you gotta just deal with it. Yeah, if you could just leave and rejoin real quick, that'd be appreciated. Because I did notice that does seem to fix it a bit.
All right, how am I now?
Okay, you sound fine. Think.
Uh,
Wait. Okay. I am starting to notice something. I think, unironically, because I am sharing my screen to you, it's causing me the lag, or causing the Discord call the lag. Maybe it's because I'm streaming
okay,
it. I don't
fine.
know. But
Fine. I'll just look at it. I'll look at it on my end
yeah, you can trust me though. Don't worry. You can trust me.
because I have my slideshow up here,
Oh yeah,
and
there you
I'll let
go.
you know when to click.
Yeah, yeah. Please tell me, what do you think of episode 4?
Episode 4, literally, like I have no complaints really. Honestly, this episode was fantastic. This was honestly the best episode in the entire series. It's no question what my rank is, for it, but I'll explain anyway. I love how they went with this episode, and they absolutely did everything in their power to go over such a topic with the utmost respect and care that they absolutely could. That's not easy to do with a topic like this, where it's just like I literally have no words. Like Valentino, massive piece of shit. Like I absolutely hate his character, but it's like what I was saying when we were talking about Radio Killed the Video Star, that they built up what they had already done in episode 2 and then just amped that up by like a million.
Yeah.
Like showing that there are times where Valentino can be an absolute man child, but you know, comes down to it, he's fucking terrifying. And I love what they did with Poison, where it's like they had him like actually disassociating. Because like people said that the second half of the song and like the second chorus, the whole thing with him in the black bodysuit and all was literally his like disassociation, like him trying to like escape from everything. And this is gonna be a bit personal here, but I do that kind of thing a lot where I just want to escape reality for a while and I just disassociate because life life ain't easy. Life is shit, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I find myself like escaping reality more often than I probably should. Um but like for real, they put this in like such an interesting and honestly very accurate way. Of course, I've never been through like things to the extent that Angel has. I mean, I've been sexually harassed before, but never like fully sexually assaulted. And to those of you who have been, I am so fucking sorry because nobody fucking deserves to go through that.
1,000% agreed. I mean, I feel like anyone would agree with that no matter what, but yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many stories I hear about things like this happening or people getting accused of this. It's it's fucking insanity. So, and like with Loser Baby, I've seen a lot of controversy around Loser Baby and like the messaging of it. Like people saying like that probably wouldn't really help someone who's feeling so down about life being told that they're a loser. But like I agree with what you said, Super, that you know, yeah, you're in this situation. You can't get out of the situation, but at least you're not in it alone. And just having someone there who actually fucking cares about you can change so much. So it's for that reason and all else that I give this episode
Very viewer it is.
like a
Yes!
S tier.
Good. Good.
Literally, if I could give this episode God tier, I would, but that's not a thing in tier lists, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great episode. Like, it's clear as day. It's
It's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, come on, we all know that the Husker Dust shippers are out there.
Yeah, I can't deny that. It's the fucking internet.
Yeah. And it's Keith fucking David, the GOAT!
True. Also true.
Yeah, Mr. Silverthroat himself.
Yes. Yee.
All right, now on to the second half of the season.
Yes, but first, this is your reminder to stay hydrated. Because Jesus Christ, my throat is dead.
So, would your throat go to heaven or hell?
Hmm. Well, that's a damn good question because on one end, I already know I'm going to hell. I know that already. But at the same time,
Same.
if I'm drinking water, does that put out the flames in hell? And because of that, do I then go to heaven? Like, how does that work?
Buddy, I've been drinking as much water as I can throughout my days, and I'm pretty sure I'm still going to hell.
Well, damn, I guess that answers that.
The
Alright.
water can't save you.
Water can do multiple things, but save you from hell? Can't wait to see you there.
Yep, same here. I'm gonna take you to the Doomsday District, and we gotta have ourselves a little fight.
Oh, Lord, alright.
Or maybe I'm already there. You may never know.
That's true. Oh, no. Oh,
Alright, anyway,
yeah, anyway. Episode
yeah,
5.
dad beat dad.
Oh, boy. This, this one's definitely an interesting one, let me tell you.
Yeah, the one where, Mr. King of Hell shows up.
Yeah,
This ought to be
Lucifer.
fun.
Lucifer. Yeah.
Who is voiced who is voiced by Jeremy Jordan, and surprising fact, his original voice claim was Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al? The fuck?
His original voice claim was Weird Al.
I feel like I should be shocked by that, but weirdly, I'm not.
To be fair, to be fair, Lilith's original voice claim was Lady Gaga, so I'm not even surprised by anything anymore.
Eh. Alright.
Alright, but yeah, getting into this,
Getting into
Dad beat Dad.
Yep. I guess no, let me have the floor. Let's talk about episode 5. Alright.
Mhm.
So I will say, from this point onward, the second half of the season is much better than the first season. Like, the first part of season 1, it has some issues for sure, but some of those issues are kind of better and more resolved in the second part of season 1. But there is still some problems. And one of the main problems I have, at least for me personally, is in episode 5. I mean, let's think about this, right? With episode 5, alright, it just immediately to start off with jumps into like 5 months later. Or like just like very much closer to the extermination date than what was previously thought of. Like in the first fewish episode, we kind of thought, okay, time is passing, but they're probably not too close. Oh, episode 5. Oh, by the way, we're now like a month or a few days away from extermination. Like, wait, what? So you're like jumping like 5 fucking months or so just to get
Yeah.
to this point? Like, ah,
Can we all just can we all on count of 3 just say big word here?
oh, big word.
1, 2, 3. Rushed!
Okay, yeah, yeah. Trust.
Yeah, like you hear us, Hazbin Hotel fans? This series was rushed.
Yep. That's the theme of this episode. Rust.
Uh, anyway, go ahead, Super. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah. And with like, this is probably another one of the biggest issues for me. Since the pilot is treating the original as canon, it makes what the whole like once again like giving the backstory to Alistair just feels like it's like if the pilot didn't exist, then there would be understanding as to why Alistair, his whole like backstory stuff would need to be retold. But it's already told in the pilot. You train the pilot as canon, especially angel dust. Like, back and telling to angel dust, you know, all that. So then why in episode 5, not only are you retelling the story, but having Angel ask it again when, since you're treating the pilot's canon, it's just like, so wait, did that whole interaction with Vaggy and Angel just not happen? Or you're just like glossing over that entirely just so you could like retell in episode 5 because you realize, oh shit, we kind of forgot to tell it earlier in the season. Let's just throw it into here because yes, and have who is the fucking like the big 2D the who is the girl, the new girl that comes in that like is like getting help from Alistair to fix her problems and all that?
Oh, Mimsy.
Yeah,
Mimsy is an
Mimsy.
old ass character, and like, there's not much information on her, but apparently, from what I remember finding out from the leaked pitch Bible, apparently,
Oh, really?
she was like a club runner at one point, but she ended up going into debt. Um, she always goes to Alistair for favors, and she is a very flimsy flapper girl from the 1920s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it just yeah. Also, she's voiced by Spinell.
Yeah, that's have you seen the fan animation for someone animated over Minty with Spadell?
Oh my god, I have seen that. I
Oh,
have
it's
seen it.
hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it is Spinell's voice actress.
Yeah. But yeah, back to what I was saying. It doesn't really make much sense to have, you know, it makes sense for Minty to like give the backstory, but it doesn't make sense for Angel to ask it as if like he doesn't know what's going on. Like, bitch, Baggy told you in the pilot. Why are you like asking now? If Serpentius asked it or Husk asked it, it would have made more sense. Or hell, Lucifer asked it. Just because it would make more sense than fucking Angel asking. I know it's like a tiny nitpick, but it annoyed me so goddamn much.
Okay, well, playing devil's advocate here, like, I think maybe it could have been a thing where Angel, like, maybe when the pilot did happen, he kinda, like, wasn't actually listening. So, like, we all know what type of person Angel is. Like, I don't think Angel was really listening to any of what Baggy was saying, because he was like, "He looks like a strawberry pimp." Plus, do you trust any man? Like, any men? So, I think Angel might have just written it off and not even listened to it at the time. So, that's why he actually asked about it this time, because this time he's actually paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But even then, I feel like you could have had anyone else ask it besides Angel and it would have been perfectly fine.
I don't know, it just seems in character in my mind for Angel to, like, not listen to Vaggie.
Yeah. And also, okay, I know I'm gonna get some slack for saying this, but like, the, I'll be honest, the songs in this one aren't great. Well, okay, scratch that. The like first 2/3 of the dad battle between Lucifer and Alistair is not hilarious, but also a banger. But then when Dimsey comes along, it kind of just like ruins it all for me. Like, oh wow, you're just gonna come in here just for a gag and just like ruin part of the song. Okay, fuck us, I guess. And then with the
Wow,
second
you
song,
speaking the entire opinion of most of the fandom.
well, here I know I'm gonna be talking about the opposite of the fandom here for a second. But the second song, I like it, but at the same time, listen, if you know, if Lucifer's gonna feel like you leave and then you're like, you leave and you don't really like answer back to your Donald that, and then you're gonna start singing like, "You're worth to me more than anything," bitch. Shut the fuck up. You were barely there, and now you're giving us shit. Especially when it seems like you're not giving a shit with what Charlie is telling you why she's doing this hotel in the first place. They're just gonna come in and be like, more than anything, shut up. Like it feels like with, I mean, it makes sense. Like throughout the entire episode, that like he is worried over what Charlie's doing with this hotel because why would with the first impression? But then again, it feels like, especially now that at the end, it's still somehow like magically resolved through the song. And eh, no, I just realized I
Yeah,
oh,
well,
pause the background
go
music. Let me
go
make
ahead.
that back. There we go.
Right. All right, but yeah, anyway, yeah, with Hell's Greatest Dad, I did love the song. The song was honestly great, aside from Memsy's bit. And just getting I ended up finding out through I think it was one of the songwriters or one of the music composers for Hazbin Hotel that the song was actually based on Friend Like Me from Aladdin from 1992.
Friend like me.
From Aladdin. And honestly, after learning that fact, it makes a lot more sense now why it works so well.
Honestly, I'm thinking about friend
And
like
as
me, but I don't see the correlation. Maybe I need to re-listen to friend like me, and then I'll understand.
yeah. Anyway, and then more than anything, I think like with your critique, it does make sense what you're saying, but like Lucifer never said that he was completely in the right for doing that. Like, yeah, he's been absent for like 7 years or so. And keep in mind, Lilith, or what we think is Lilith, has been keeping Charlie and her dad apart for a long time, even before that. So I think it's more just like the combined issues between the two, where it's like, yeah, Lucifer could have done better even with the depression. And then, Charlie could have done more to like reach out to her dad, but it turned into the whole thing. But with more than anything, it kind of just clears the air of, I wasn't around not because I didn't care, but because I thought you didn't want me or something like that. And with them actually expressing that, you know, they mean more to each other than anything else, it really solidifies that, in my opinion. Like, and besides, they never said that it completely fixes the issues. It's like the agreement to start actually, like, to start again. Or at least that's my look on it.
Okay.
Plus, I remember the one line from the song was like, I'll shelter and adore you more than anything. That was trending on TikTok for a while. By the way, follow me on TikTok. Um,
Okay. Fuck off.
um, no, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you.
Um, not me. Yeah, not me though. Um, but yeah, like that one was going around on TikTok with mainly like girls and guys who had like daddy issues, and honestly, understandable. But honestly, when me and my partner were watching the episode and that song was playing, I legitimately cried because it was that fucking beautiful to me. Just a father and a daughter making up and agreeing to start again.
Yeah,
And
fair enough.
while I'm not Yeah, and while I'm not used to the way that Viv made her version of Lucifer, kind of more like a jokester, depressed dad whose hyperfixation is rubber ducks. Like, I still like what she did with him. It's a different take on, the devil. I know that the original version was meant to be a little more menacing, but in the end, I still do like what they did. Like, I think it works.
Yeah. Sorry, I just... You just, like, took over for a second. Now I lost all train of thought.
No, sorry, that was kind of on me.
Fine, it's fine.
But yeah, like, overall, I think the episode was very good, and, you know, it's kind of one of those episodes that would help with a person's daddy issues. So where do you think this episode would be ranked, Super?
Well, I don't know, because I wasn't even finished yet. Hold up.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't have you dissing more than anything like that.
Well, too bad. I'm dissing on it anyway. Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
Alrighty, Ben.
I'm not actually interested, dude. Fuck off.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I have a wolf who does that for me.
Alright then.
Anyway.
Hang on, I'm like trying to really go through like what else I wanted to say. Fuck, I really have like lost all train of thought.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, with this one I might just have to like go back on my own and just like talk about it. On my own terms, like re-record it or something.
Right.
But yeah. I will say, it's not all bad. Like, I definitely enjoyed the rivalry between Alistair and Lucifer regardless. I think it was very fun and funny. Having Misty coming along, like, besides from the song, the first song, of course, to only showcase how powerful Alistair is, but also to give showcase of how Alistair is kind of, like, starting to grow a bit of a funk. Whether or not it's intentional or not, then he's just tricking us and the people in the hotel or not is up to debate, but you know, it's set up, especially for episode 8 at the end of episode 8 a bit, which but overall, it's not bad. Like, I'm kind of making it out to be. I'll probably re-record it later on and you'll see my full thoughts there, but for now, for me, it goes into B tier. Because it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. If you let me finish initially, I would have explained more of the stuff I did like about this episode, but I'll better explain it later on. But for now, you know, that episode 5 goes into B tier for me. There you go. And I feel like you've already explained why you thought episode 5 is really good. At least according to you. Love this though, this frame.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I have a feeling. You know what? I'm gonna guess. It's gonna be either A tier or S tier. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there really any debate?
I mean,
I
was gonna debate that, but then you fucking took over, you son of a bitch.
Well, shut the fuck up. This is our collab.
Yeah, but you should have let me speak first before you took over, you little shit.
What are you calling a little shit, Plushy?
I'm calling you shit, pussy.
Okay, I said plushy, not pussy.
No. Still gonna call you one because you're a cat.
Fuck you.
Cats are pussies. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, why don't we move on? Let's move on.
The only thing I didn't like about the episode was like Mimsy being such a fucking bitch.
Yeah, but I
Like,
feel like that's intentional
I-
with her character. I feel like she's supposed to be a bitch.
yeah, but everyone was fucking hating on her, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't think her character was gonna be like this.
Huh. Okay, that's something to think about. That's something to think about. Anyways, why don't we
All
move
right,
on to episode 6? Which
the
is,
hard
oh boy,
hitter
episode 6!
episode.
Oh boy, episode 6!
This episode is a hard hitter.
Oh, it is. It is a hard hitter. Which, let me go ahead and explain without being updated about why for me, I do like this episode. And I'll be honest, originally, I thought this episode was great. And then I started to see kind of the cracks start to come in, and then I was like, I don't know, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let me talk about the positives I do like about this episode. First of all, the songs in this one, I mean, the Welcome to Heaven, it's fine. It works for what it is. But the second song, though, one of my top 3 favorites. It is fantastic. Somehow they were able to get all the people sing it, and yet it still correlated very well and didn't feel like it was overbearing. Especially with that line of, if hell is forever, then heaven must be a light, and that duet. Oh my god, yes! If we could please have more duets like that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Love the second song the best. And seeing that meeting overall play out with Charlie and all of heaven having the debate of whether, someone down good hair could be, can go up to heaven was very interesting, especially with that added in, that added in kind of like twist in the end where it's like, the angels up in heaven, they don't know jack shit about how someone gets up into heaven. It's just like, hey, they just are. For yes reasons, they don't have like a real like laws, and they don't really have like rules about really what gets you into heaven and hell. And if you are doing something bad, you are being dragged back into hell. It's a whole thing, and it's honestly not only just great to watch, but also like seeing perspective of just like how different heaven or hell can be, and how maybe sometimes heaven isn't exactly as bright as Charlie originally thought, which makes Charlie question everything, which is it's great. I love it. Just checking my. Oh yeah. And also, can I just say, I love the designs of the angels, especially of the daughter and the queen, or because like the head, heaven, angel, whatever you want to call him.
That's not her daughter.
Really? I thought she was the daughter.
No, they're sisters.
Really? They're sisters?
Yeah, Sarah and Emily, they're both seraphims. But Emily is like her much younger sister. Sarah has been around since like the dawn of time. You can actually see her in like the first scene in the backstory of episode 1. Like, you can see that's her.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Emily is not her daughter. That's like her sister.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. I thought it was a mother-daughter thing. No, they're sisters. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, they're sisters. They look like mom and daughter, but they're not.
Yeah, fair enough. But still, I love their designs. Love it. Also, that reveal of Baggy being an exterminator, well, it is kind of obvious, as episode 7 pointed out later. It's kind of funny when that whole thing happens, but still, the way they revealed it was great, especially the Charlie at the end of the song. And with that, like, huge dramatic, like, end to it, and just ending it on Charlie's face in pure terror over the fact that the same girl she's been dating has been exterminated and killed her people before. Love it. Absolutely love it. However, there are a couple of problems with this episode as well that I do feel like do need to be addressed, at least to me personally. For me personally, when it comes to like the whole like club scene, I definitely get what they were going for, and I think overall it's fine for what it is. There was a few gaping holes in it that I feel like could have been maybe like cleaned a little bit or just like not included at all. For example, because we skipped so much like 5 months later, we haven't really gone to see Angel's development through those 5 months. We just gotta like assume that like, oh, yep, after episode 4, he's handy dandy, a-okay, because it's 5 months later, I suppose. But if you don't know that it's 5 months later, don't realize it, it's like, wait, so they jump from episode 4 where, you know, he's dealing with the worst shit possible to episode 6 where it just seems like, oh yeah, he's made a bunch of great recovery according to Husk, and he's now standing up to Valentino as if it's fucking nothing when he was just doing crazy shit to him like 5 months ago. Like, trust me, I get what they were going for, and for the most part, it's fine in execution, but I feel like the fact that they like basically just like tell us like, oh hey, Angel's doing better and he's recovering and doing much better and blah blah blah, instead of showing that to us because they weren't given the time to really show that Angel did, you know, improve. It kind of loses me a bit because it just feels like, oh, you're just telling me that he did better because yes, and not really showing how it got better to maybe possibly help others as well who have gone through this before. Show to them like, hey, maybe this is how you can like, you know, like this is maybe how recovery can be for you. We don't know now because they don't fucking show us. They just tell us that he's better now because yes. And also for me personally, I'm sorry, but I did not fucking get Serpentious fucking simping over Cherry Bomb the entire time. Like,
yeah.
I know they like interacted like a tiny bit in the pilot. Other than that, we never see them interacting. And we don't even see like a moment where Serpentious is like, you know those like scenes in like movies where like the cute hot girl comes in and the boy main character is just like drooling over seeing their love interest for the first time. You know those kind of scenes I'm talking about, Danny?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the end of in the Serpentious and Cherry thing, really because of the fandom and the fandom making up these really dash ships, like out about from like the pitch Bible, was that Serpentious was supposed to originally be shipped with Rosie from the Cannibal Colony.
Oh.
Yeah, there was originally going to be an episode where like members of the hotel would ask out Rosie, which I feel like would have been interesting because like closer time periods, and also it's not completely fandom based. Serpentious having a thing for Cherry Bomb doesn't make that much sense. I think they're trying to do like a rivals to lovers kind of thing, but it's just like it doesn't work here. There's not like I said, not enough emotional context.
Yeah. Like it could have worked like the rivals to lovers thing. It's worked before in previous like other shows and stuff like that before. But here it does not work that well. And plus I'll be honest, the whole like their just like to be like, may I buy you a drink because I'm buying everyone drinks. I wanna fuck you because I wanna fuck him. And then he's just like dragged away and it's like played up for a laugh. But when it's like, dude, he's being dragged away to, you know, do something non-consensually. Did we really joke about that? Did we? I don't know. Maybe that's just a beefing.
He's having sex with everyone, so
I mean, I guess, but Jesus Christ. But don't get me wrong. Overall, I do like this episode. Oh yeah, and I do wish we could have seen more. If the show had more time to breathe, we could have seen more of Adam, Eve, being more like villains, because they're kind of just like thrown into episode 6 about after being seen as like the big bad guys in episode 1, and then after that we don't even see them until episode 6, which is kind of crazy to think about. But other than that,
Wait,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you fucking say Eve?
I mean, Adam and Eve, I thought that was their name. Eve? Am I wrong?
Dude. Not Eve.
Okay, what's her name? Please, I'm bad with names. Please tell me.
Her name is Loot.
Oh, that's an even worse name. I'm sticking with Eve. Fuck you.
Her name is not Eve. She's not Eve.
Well, too bad. Loot's a worse name to Eve, so I'm calling her Eve.
Lieutenant, if you want it. Well, Eve hasn't
Discord
even
is
shown up in
lacking,
the
so...
like, no. Look,
Discord lacking.
Nobody in the show.
Okay, sorry. Before you argue with me, can you please leave and rejoin, because Discord is lagging a lot.
We've been doing this for 2 hours.
Yeah, welcome to streaming. Danny? Uh-oh. Danny? Danny, are you there? Danny? Guys. I think Danny may have crashed. Yeah, Discord fail, exactly, Luke is as the flute wearing a cute loot suit. Need a fruit root. Seeing on Luke going down the street. Luke wearing a flute after having to do that the cute. Huh? The fuck you mean? Hi, welcome back.
As I said, her name is not Eve. Eve is still a character who hasn't shown up in the show yet. This character is named Loot. Loot is her name. Apparently it was a stand-in name at one point, but it became her actual name. So her name is Loot. You can't fucking change it to Eve.
Fuck you, I can. I'm calling her that. That's my headcanon name for her.
No, she literally has a canon name, dude. Like, seriously, don't. Seriously, don't.
Huh, it's me.
No, it's not.
Agree to disagree. Anyway.
I fucking hate you sometimes.
The hatred is brought back. Don't worry.
Anyway, let's just wrap up episode 6, because the lagging is absolutely getting super fucking annoying.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, it's not it's a good episode, don't get me wrong, but it does have some problems upon rewatching it multiple times. So because of that, for me personally, it's going into B tier. Again, not bad by anything. It's good. I put it at the top of B tier because of that. But I definitely think there's some parts where it could have been improved upon if they were given more time. So yeah, there you go. Now Danny, tell me, why am I wrong? Why is Welcome to Heaven possibly the greatest episode of all time? Because that's what I figured it seemed like to be.
Honestly, I feel like this episode was very, very good. Honestly, like, this is my second favorite episode,
Damn.
aside from Masquerade. Like, I think this episode was very good. They did a lot of things right with this one. They had the A plot and B plot play well into each other enough to where it all makes sense. I loved getting to see what Heaven actually looks like aside from Hell of a Boss. Loved Emily. She is an absolute cinnamon roll and needs to be protected at all cost.
True.
Serpentious and Cherry Bomb does not need to happen. It doesn't need to be a ship, and I will choke it to death. St. Peter can go into a gay orgy for all I care.
Okay then.
Like, you know, him and all his moaning. Like, yeah, I don't want to hear St. Peter. I don't want to hear Darren Criss moaning into the microphone. Like, what the fuck is wrong with some people? Like, this is supposed to be St. Peter. He's just... No. I don't like this. The song Welcome to Heaven can go die in a fire. You
Damn.
didn't know, again, you didn't know, perfect song, like, 10 out of 10.
Okay.
The only thing that I don't really like was the unveiling of Vaggie as an angel. Because, like,
Really?
come on, anyone who's been in the fandom for as long as I have or as long as other people have, it was obvious. I'm sorry, but like, you know, Vaggie had the most different design out of everyone in the pilot and in the main cast. Her color scheme is mainly consistent of grays and whites. She uses an angelic weapon, has a missing eye, or at least the X thing, which a lot of exorcists have on their masks. It was super fucking obvious. Not to mention there was a leaked image that was released long before the show even started, and they took it down, like, the next day. So, yeah, it was kind of really obvious that Vaggie was an angel at one point. And as soon as the ending part of episode 5 happened, I knew immediately what was going to happen. I feel like they could have had more time to actually build upon it. You know, build up the idea of Vaggie being an angel. Or, like, you know, something like that. And I do think it was cool to see how exactly Vaggie fell. Which, again, interesting. But my biggest problem with it is actually the fact that Charlie somehow didn't know that Vaggie was an angel this entire time. It doesn't make any sense to me. How the fuck Charlie did not think of this or figure it out? Like, she's known Vaggie for 3 years, possibly longer. And in the 3 years, how the fuck did she not figure it out? As Carmilla said in episode 7, it's not rocket science. The entire fandom was able to figure it out before her. Even Lucifer was able to figure it out. He looked for the halo in episode 5. And yet somehow, the goddamn main character couldn't figure it out for herself. Like, how? No!
Okay. Question. Are you finished talking about episode 6? Or are you gonna still continue?
I still have a few things to say.
Alright, then please continue with that.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, Charlie wasn't able to figure it out after 3 or 4 years with Vaggie. And I get why Vaggie was hiding it, but I think it would have been more interesting if it were to just suddenly come up, not suddenly come up. Like, if there was any sort of hint to Charlie maybe knowing. Because, again, this is, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me in my mind, my fan fiction loving mind, where it's like, you know, what if Charlie actually knew from the start? What if Charlie and Vaggie knew from the start that she was an angel and Charlie, you know, accepted her and hid her away? Like, maybe that's just me, but, like, what the hell? Plus, Vaggie was the only other person in hell who had, like, the same, like, mindset as Charlie, or at least a similar one. And Vaggie's, like, skepticalness on heaven kind of makes sense now, knowing that she was originally there. But it, you know, big Vaggie angel rant aside, I do think this episode was honestly amazing. This episode was very well written, and I have nothing else to really say on it. So, you know, whenever you're ready, Super, let's take the rank to the sky.
Okay. Well, actually, before that, can I play devil's advocate myself for a second?
All right, fine. Let's let Heaven's Court hear what you have to say here.
Yes. My
Let's
argument
go off Phoenix
that
Wright.
the whole Vaggie twist of her being an angel is good is because, well, yes, sure, the fandom itself would have been able to figure it out. You also need to keep in mind that if you're watching this series for the very first time and you know nothing else about Hazbin Hotel, the twist of her being an angel, ex-angel herself, true, it is kind of obvious, but I still think it is a good twist regardless, and in turn, it creates a bunch of conflict that for episodes 7 and 8, or at least especially episode 7, I think was great, and it was a great way to start off that conflict. Now, as for Charlie not being able to figure it out immediately, yeah, he probably should have been able to figure it out pretty early on, but at the same time, I know some people who have kept secrets about each other. Hell, I've kept secrets about someone from, like, Nico for, like, years on end. For, like, 5+ years, and yet he was never able to figure it out himself. Even though we're not, like, obviously lovers or anything, but you know what, you get what I mean. So, I definitely understand why Charlie may have not been able to pick up on it immediately, but sure, she probably could. Probably should have still figured it out, but I don't think her not being able to pick on it immediately should be deteriorating or, like, you know, something to take away from the episode as well. There you go.
No, like, it didn't take away from the episode for me. It really pissed me off that they went with this whole idea of Charlie doesn't actually know. And, like, what the fuck? Like, Charlie, you're smarter than this. I get it, like, you're all heads up in the clouds with rainbows and puppy dog kisses and cotton candy dreams. I get it. But, like, how are you that so far up your ass that you can't even see what's literally right in front of you?
I mean, to be fair, this is the same girl that wanted to bring sinners up into heaven. To rehabilitate
She still
her.
does.
Yeah, I know. But still, it's kind of crazy. She's kind of crazy person. And sometimes, crazy people don't pick up on stuff either.
Right.
But
Anyway, let's just get to my ranking.
Where would you rank it? Where would you rank it? Let's see.
S tier.
God.
The episode was written very, very well, even with the whole rant of me, like, going off about Vaggie and the angel thing. Honestly, S tier. I won't settle for anything less.
I am shaking my head in disappointment. I am shaking my goddamn head in disappointment. I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just disappointed.
Well, I mean, okay. To be fair, though, no disappointment from you is ever gonna be enough to say the disappointment of my parents.
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, so
Listen,
let's
my
move on
parents
to
already
episode 7.
Yeah, listen, my parents are disappointed in me more than you will ever be in me. So your disappointment has no effect.
Is that a good thing, though? Is that a good thing?
Depends on how you look at it, Super.
Hey, then. Okay. Alright, let's talk about episode 7 and kind of in a way episode 8, because episode is kind of like the before of like setting up everything for episode 8. And honestly, episode 7, pretty good, honestly. I really like episode 7. It's not S.
Really?
Yeah. It's definitely still not S tier for me, but I still think it's great for a bunch of different reasons. I'm just checking over my notes real quick. Just sure.
Right.
Okay. Well, first of all, while the songs in here are not some of my favorites, I do think the first song with Baggy and Carmilla is fine. Still not one of my favorites in the slightest bit. Still one of the worst songs in my opinion, but it's fine. It's fine. It works. I like it. Move on. But the second song is pretty fun. Especially with having all of Cannibal Town sing along about how they're ready to rip apart angels and seeing it all come together. It's fun. It's nice. It's nice to see Charlie kind of like take a stand and start to take on board the leader role, which is very nice. And also, speaking of the cannibals, I really like the idea of getting the cannibals to help out with the fight against the angels because, I mean, yeah. It makes perfect sense that a bunch of cannibals would love to join a bunch of angels just for the hell of it. And it makes perfect sense for the hell setting, so kudos to the writing team on that. And I do love the fact that Charlie does, like, obviously, I don't know if she, like, fully picks up, but she understands why, you know, Becky may have initially kept that secret to herself, but also come to terms like, hey, the reason I started Hazbin Hotel in the first place was to give people a second chance. So makes perfect sense. And you know, there's no reason why Charlie can't give Baggy a second chance and give their relationship a second chance, which was very nice and sweet to see. And also, Carmilla helping Baggy out with her fighting style and also like revealing, you know, why, you know, he was able to kill it through the angelic weapons. And also giving Baggy that motivation to not only like improve her fighting style, but also to showcase the you know, hang on. But also, yeah, also, hang on. My mind is running 1,000 miles an hour. Hang on, give me a moment. Alright. Carmilla helping Baggy out with her fighting style. And also, like, giving her that motivation, like, a different motivation than what originally was with the angels. Giving her that fighting motivation of, hey, do it because you want to protect those that you love. And that is when, you know, Baggy starts to come into her own and get her angel wings back, which is fun. And honestly, pretty great. It's just seeing that, like, back and forth, but also just being able to see Charlie and Becky come to terms like, hey, they both still do love each other. And it's shown through two different perspectives for the A and B plot, also still building up to what the finale is going to be later on. I thought was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I think the only main one for me, because like overall the pacing in this one's pretty good. The only pacing problem I had is that I wish we could have seen more of Angel, Tusk, Repentance, and Mitzi. Honestly,
Nifty.
Sorry, what?
Nifty. You said Mimsy.
Nifty, thank you. I get those names mixed up, honestly. But, you know, having all of them come together, but also, you know, having the scene where they also come to terms like, hey, they do want to stick around at the hotel because originally at the very beginning it makes it seem like they don't want to stay at the slightest bit. And honestly, if they left, it would have been fucking reasonable. But honestly, I'm kind of shocked by the fact that they stayed because they don't really show us them like wanting to stay. Hell, if anything, it kind of shows the opposite to me because it just feels like them staying comes out of nowhere and it's just like telling us like they're gonna stay versus showing us that they want to stay because they want to legitimately stay. You know what I mean?
Right.
But still, overall, I really enjoyed this episode and I think it's great for what it is. So, me, I'm gonna give it 8 here. I think it's pretty good.
All right.
It's not as,
yeah.
I guess with that, please tell me your thoughts on Hello Rosie. Please tell me your thoughts, Danny, super fan.
I liked Hello Rosie. I mean, I like what they did with, of course, Rosie herself.
Bro.
Like, her description was literally that she was like a Jewish mom, and she absolutely gives that vibe. Where, you know, she's always there whenever you need her. She's actually a very kind soul, despite being a cannibal. Like, Rosie just gives off that homey-ass vibe, and she's like, I am all for it. But like, I'll admit it, I do have a number of things to say about this episode.
Okay, please do tell.
Okay, so this is more like a complaint throughout, like, most of the series from, like, if you really think about it. I don't like the fact that throughout all of Hazbin Hotel so far, we've mainly had episodes where it's mainly been Charlie and Vaggie. And I get it, they're the main couple, it all works, but like, you gotta give other characters some room to breathe, alright? Like, plus, here's a big thing I've recently come to terms with my thoughts on Vaggie. I said it earlier, but Vaggie really doesn't have much of a character. I mean, they tried to give her something. I'll give them that much. But like, for the most part, Vaggie's personality, the most consistent thing about it is being there and protecting Charlie. And I get what Out for Love was trying to do. I love the song. I love Carmilla, even though someone here doesn't.
I wonder who that
like,
could be.
Yeah, I wonder. Wearing his I Hate Carmilla t-shirt while holding his water bottle.
Wearing it with pride.
But yeah, like, something that just, Vaggie doesn't really have much of a personality outside of, you know, be there and help Charlie. Oh, I love Charlie so much. Charlie, it's all Charlie. And, again, I get it, main couple, but you gotta give some characters some actual room to have characters outside of their love interest. And it's just, why? Like, okay, you know, Out for Love, okay, you know, fight to protect the one you love. Who does Vaggie love? Out of literally everyone. Plus, it's not like she wasn't fighting for love before. You know, for the majority of the series in the last 3 years. Like, I mean, I get what you're saying with the whole Exorcist thing. Like, you know, she was fighting out of, like, a blind hatred, I guess. But, like, she hasn't fought for that kind of shit in, like, 3 years. And even with Charlie's part, like, Charlie was still hung up on what happened with Vaggie, and I get what they were doing, but it's like, if this series had more episodes, then it would have given some characters some room to breathe. But it genuinely feels suffocating with how much Chaggy content we end up getting. I get that they tried to give some sort of conflict with Vaggie not telling Charlie that she's an angel or that she was an angel. But it's just enough with the Chaggy. There are times where it's not needed, but it happens anyway. Like, okay, I'm gonna use a bit of a metaphor here.
Oh,
Like, say your favorite food is like chocolate or something, or you like some sort of sweet. You can keep eating that and you'd be happy, but after a while, you start to get sick of it. And you just need a break to eat something else.
you just stole that from Jaden.
Fuck you. I love Jaden. But yeah, like, for real. It's too much of a good thing. Plus, I don't like the fact that, for the most part, again, this is another hang-up I have about Chaggy as a ship, is that it's very one-sided, where it's like, it's always Vaggie being the comforter, the supporter. It's always Vaggie doing that stuff, and never Charlie. Like, Charlie needs the support, and Vaggie's always the one giving it. But who's supporting Vaggie? Like, any relationship is a two-way street. Like, you can't just give something to one person and not expect it in return.
Okay.
Like, hell, I try to support my partner when things get hard, because he's usually the one emotionally supporting me. But when he needs it, I'm there. It's a two-way street, and I feel like it's very one-way street with Chaggy as a ship itself. Like, Vaggie needs to get a fucking hobby. She needs a fucking life outside of Charlie.
Jesus.
Again, sorry for the Chaggy rant. Chaggy is still a great ship. I love it. It's adorable, but like, come on. I just hope they develop with this in like later seasons. Aside from the fun, sexy song we're apparently getting. But overall, I don't really have much to say on this episode. It's just, the majority of my problems is just in like the Chaggy aspect and how it's so overplayed at this point. Honestly, when I made this fucking slideshow, I probably would have put my opinion a rank higher than I actually did. Looking back on it.
Yes. Guessing this is where you're giving your ranking?
Honestly, I feel like the rank I did give it is a little outdated, but if I were to re-rank it, I'd probably rank it a rank higher than what I did. So...
Okay, so you would have initially put it in B tier. Honestly, I can see that.
I would have put it in B tier if I thought about it more sooner, but... Or if I had time to change it. But... Initially, I put it in C tier, because it just was not a great one. Like, again, mainly because of the Chaggy aspect. If anything, I think the best part of the entire episode was Rosie. Also, fuck you, Susan.
Fuck you, you old-timey bitch!
Like, the fuck? Also, I do agree with you on the whole, like, Angel, Husk, Nifty, and Serpentious, like, sticking around thing. That could have been touched upon a bit more, but,
yeah.
My biggest hang-up was the whole Chaggy situation. Like, come on. We need to eat other things besides chocolate. I don't care if I stole that from Jaden!
But alright. Just that.
Alright.
It's water break time. Stay hydrated, because if you don't, we're coming to your house.
And we're dragging you to hell.
And then you'll be shot by Blitzo and immediately regret it.
The O is silent, asshole.
Exactly. But yeah, with the episode 8, the finale of season 1. Oh man, I'm very curious to hear what your opinions on this is gonna be, but I guess I should go ahead and start out with mine. I'll just be straight up honest with you. I really liked this episode as the finale. I thought it was great. There was like 2 kind of like main problems I had with it, where it was like mostly, again, Serpentious being a fucking simp towards Cherry. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna kiss her before, before heading to possibly head towards my death with the death ray and all that. Could have been completely left out. Personally, I could have been fine without it. Especially with Cherry thinking like, oh, it was kind of hot that he decided to kiss me out of nowhere. What? Excuse me? And also, this is just me thinking, but for me personally, I think the V's could have been they felt like out of place, yet they still somehow fit. I don't know. I'm mixed on the V's theater because on one hand I kind of get what they're there, but at the same time we barely get like any screen time, especially of Vox besides from episode 2. So it kind of just feels like they're just placed in there just to be kind of like, oh, saying like, this is better than sex, making jokes, making commentary and all that, when we could have been fine without it, honestly. At least that's. But other than that, those were the 2 only like place. The rest of that, I really liked this episode. I mean, first of all, the fights this episode were fantastic. They were smooth, they were fun, they were very epic, very gory at times, especially with Loot having to rip her arm out and that glowing yellow blood/goo coming out. Very nice. The whole fight with Adam and Alistair coming in. All of it was fun. It was very interesting to see Alistair lose. I was very, very interesting, especially how it's going to be kind of like, I feel like a huge thing for like Alistair's character arc in season 2, where I feel like we're gonna see possibly Alistair try to get out of Charlie's deal he made in episode 7 by any means possible, which is gonna be very, very interesting. I'm very curious to see where that's gonna lead. And I love the setup of Bitsy, right? Bitsy, her name? Annie? Oh no. Oh no! It! I think we lag it again, boys. Send help! Oh my lord.
SOS, please. Someone help me. It's not healthy.
Yeah. Please send help. But it was Fitzy, your name, right? Okay, I guess not. Hello? Any? Hello? Man, why does she have to start like glitching out now on like the tail end of it? Shit. This is not good. Why is it? God. Yep. There we go. He is definitely lagging, but technical difficulties. Please stand by. So,
Can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you now.
This is gonna be a fun video for you to edit.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very fun edit. Very, very fun.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway.
So is that all you had to say on episode 8?
Oh
Or...
no, I still have a lot to talk about. I was asking though, is it Mitzi again? That's her name?
What?
The tiny gremlin janitor. Mitzi's their name?
Oh, you're talking about the one who stabs Adam? Yeah, Nifty.
Nifty. Okay, not Mitzi. Nifty. Okay.
Yeah, Nifty. Think like Nifty 50s.
Nifty 50s, okay. But I also love the setup of Nifty, like, originally being set up like she wants to do something, but obviously, you know, she's something. She's definitely something. So just having Charlie said, like, okay, your job is to stab angels. And, you know, we see her originally, like, stabbing all the dead angels, which is funny. But then seeing that, like, final scene of Adam, like, giving his final monologue of how he's the fucking best and you should be worshipping him and all of them.
Like, chest.
And then just fucking Nifty just stabbing him immediately. Just continuing to stab him like fucking crazy, like a psychopath. It's not only just like a fitting end to Adam, but was also just fucking hilarious. It was a great setup there. I really liked the setup there. And I
honestly, when sorry.
Can I please speak first? I'll take that silence as a yes. And also, the fact that they actually did kill someone in this one, where it's not like a perfect fight. No, their pen just dies, which is crazy to think about. You know, like the fact that they actually killed someone off in, well, quote unquote, killed during hell, so I don't know how killing and all of that plays out, but you know what I mean. I thought it was very interesting, and I thought it was a great setup to how season 2 is gonna play out, where we see their pants just, that would have been fucking heaven. How the hell that all played out? I cannot wait to see and how the sisters are gonna deal with that in season 2. I thought it was a great setup for that as well. But also giving the reason for Charlie to then transform and to really start giving it her all in that fight because of that death was a really great motivation for her. I really liked that. And also, the songs in general for this episode, you know, the first song was fine, but the second song, I found to be pretty good. And I thought it was a great song to end this season on. And also a great way to help set up some stuff like Hollister wanting to get out of Charlie's deal, the V's possibly taking Moro for the hotel, maybe fucking Lucifer, maybe getting more involved in everything. We don't know. We don't know how it's gonna play out. So, yeah. Overall, I think it's a great finale for what it is. And for it being a finale, again, it's pretty great. So, I know some of you may be shocked by this ranking, but for me, I would put this episode in its S tier. I would, if I was being like mainly honest, it mainly goes into A tier for me. But because it is the finale to season 1, and because it's a great finale, that's why it goes into S tier for me. Because it's a great finale for what it is, and it helps set up future stuff for future seasons, which is great. But okay, yeah, with that, we can obviously tell, we can tell that, Danny here is experiencing some technical difficulties, so, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all can.
Y'all can what?
Okay, so
Sorry, your mic cut out there.
what?
Y'all can what? Your mic cut out immediately when you said that. Fuck! The mic is still continuing to cut out like a little bitch. Shaking my head, dude. I'm shaking my head like crazy. Oh man.
Why is it like this?
I don't know, man. It's frustrating, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna just try and power through it.
Okay,
Like,
let's quickly.
okay.
Quick, tell me how you like or dislike the show. Let's go on. Go.
Okay, episode 8 I thought was really good. Honestly, everything banter during it, and I liked what they were doing. I liked Adam's new outfit, and I like what they did with the fights. Charlie going beast mode was absolutely insane, but I still feel like she was kind of holding back some, because honestly, like, I feel like Charlie wasn't going full demon, really. She was going, like, part of the way. And I definitely feel the angelic side of her family with, like, her dad and shit. Did not need the all, and it was just, it's just stupid side banner. The fight was very good. I don't think the V's were really needed for this. They were kind of just commentators. Basically a reaction channel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Loved the song between... Yeah. Loved the between Charlie and Vaggie. I do... And, the finale song was perfect. There really is no better song for the end of the first season than that.
True.
Honestly, my only real hang-up with it was that it felt like it was very all over the place. Also, loved the whole thing at the end with not only like the reveal of Serpentris being redeemed, which is honestly kind of ironic since it was a snake that started hell and now it's a snake that's, you know, being redeemed first.
Oh yeah, that's a nice touch. I didn't even think about that.
Apparently being in heaven. Yeah, and apparently overall I liked the episode, but as you can see here, because it was so all over the place. Because it was so all over the place, I can't. You know, if it was a little better structured, to where it wasn't so much all at once, then. S tier though is Nifty stabbing the fuck out of Adam. Like, I love Adam, don't get me wrong, and I'm very sad to see him die. But honestly, Nifty does hilarious. I remember I was laughing out loud the second that ended up. So, yeah, yeah, started with an A tier, end with an A tier.
Oh, there you go.
And with that...
Yeah, and with that, Jesus Christ. Water break time, stay hydrated! You'll never escape water, okay? You'll never escape it when you hang out with me.
I might just need the water, because holy shit, we've been doing this for 2 hours. Not even 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours. We've been doing 3 hours, but Here, by the way, this is my full tier list. I do think it's a little bit outdated in some parts, but yeah, there you go. Oh, how nice of
And
you.
here's my full tier list.
Yeah, I say. I do like the little detail of Charlie here. Too bad if be covered up by me and you in chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, please subscribe. Okay, no, hold on. With that, I hope you all enjoyed this like stream, rant, commentary, whatever you want to call it. Regardless, I hope you had a good time and had fun with us talking about Hazbin Hotel and all that fun shebang. Maybe if season 2 is a bit different, maybe we could do this again. Or maybe if Missy Digital Circus still comes around, who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows what it holds? I definitely enjoyed this format though, and I'm definitely curious to try it out again some other time.
Yeah, honestly, this was really fun, all things considered, even though our call was fucking glitchy as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this, Super. This was really fun.
Yeah, same. It was great.
Plus, Digital Circus is on Netflix now, so.
Yeah, that's interesting. But also,
alright, but in the end, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
But yeah, in the end, thank you everyone for watching. I very much appreciate it. If you do want to see more of this in the future, please, the only way that me and Danny in this case know that you guys want to see more of this is unironically by slurping that subscribe button to stay hydrated. Subscribing is one of the best ways to let us know that you want to see more of this, and also it keeps you notified of when we might do another one of these in the near future. So yeah. But also, I technically did add a slide about this because I'm a dumbass, but we are hopefully, if this is released around the time, good. There will also be a video uploaded to Danny's channel where we ranked all the songs on her channel, which was definitely very interesting. We definitely also had some mixed opinions on that too.
Yeah, so if you guys want to check out that video, then hopefully if this video is released when it could be, you know, if my editor can get it done in time, then we should be able to make that happen.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can have more collabs like this in the future. You know, if the call is less glitchy.
True.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to both of us. That's at SuperChaoticTunes and at Danimaniac_YT. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok if you guys want to follow me on there.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys whenever at this point, because I have no fucking upload schedule.
No, you want to know when we'll see them?
When?
We will see them in the next cartoon. Goodbye, everyone! Goodbye!
Bye-bye, guys!
Bye!